Yali Madad, thank you for joining today. Let us start with some zikr and girya wazari. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ali Allah madad farma. Al-Wahidul Qahar. Ali Allah madad farma. Ya Aliyul Murtaza, فریاد رس فریاد رس نور پاک مصطفیٰ. فریاد رس فریاد رس نور پاک مصطفیٰ. بادشاہ فریاد رس فریاد رس تاجدار حلتا. فریاد رس فریاد رس یا علی المرتضی. یا علی اللہ بہت مجبور ہوں رنجور ہوں. ثمرۂ پاک قیامت سے ابھی تک دور ہوں. ثمرۂ پاک قیامت سے ابھی تک دور ہوں. یا علی المرتضی. اے شہنشاہ تجھ سے میرا حال دل پنہان نہیں. اے شہنشاہ تجھ سے میرا حال دل پنہان نہیں. تیری قدرت کے سوائے مشکلات آسان نہیں. یا علی المرتضی. یا علی اللہ بحق انبیاء فریاد رس. یا علی اللہ بحق اولیاء فریاد رس. اے طبیب آسمانی دل کا درمان کرتا. اے حبیب عقل و جانی فضل و احسان کرتا. اے حبیب عقل و جانی بندہ عاجز ہے تیرا یہ نصیر خاک سار. لا فتح الا لیلا سیف الا ذوالفقار. لا فتح الا لیلا سیف الا ذوالفقار. یا علی المرتضی. فریاد رس فریاد رس اے بادشاہ انما. فریاد رس فریاد رس. توفیق تائید ہمت یاری. توفیق تائید ہمت یاری. तौफीक ताईद हिम्मत यारी, तौफीक ताईद हिम्मत यारी, तौफीक ताईद हिम्मत यारी। अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा, मुश्किल कुशा मदद फरमा। शुक्र लिल्लाहि वल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, शुक्र लिल्लाहि वल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। Today we all have gathered here to understand the meaning of Shukarwari beej. If the Chandrat is on Friday, when the Chandrat falls on Friday, we do fast. Today we will try to understand what Shukarwari beej is. As we all fast on the Shukarwari beej, we all need to understand the fasting too, because it is related to fasting. That's the special thing which we do when the Chandrat is on Friday, that we fast. So first we need to understand the true meaning of fasting. And when we talk of fasting, fasting is actually one of the pillars of Islam. There are 7 pillars of Islam, and the 5th pillar, which is Psalm, meaning fasting. So it is very important for us to know, being Shia Ismaili, that there are 7 pillars and not 5. The 2 commonly pillars which are forgotten are the first 2, Walaya, devotion to the Imam and the authority of the Imam, and second is Tahara, purification. But today we are talking about fasting. And let us review one of the farman of Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah, may our souls be sacrificed to this Imam, Rajkot, 21st October 1903. Maula said, the Hakiki believer does not keep fast only in the month of Ramadan, but he has always 360 days for the fast. A Hakiki Mu'min does not only fast for 1 month, but the whole year. Throughout the year, a true Mu'min would fast. It is a fast not to injure other. It is, however, not a fast to shut the mouth and don't eat and do other immoral works of the sin. And this is an imaginary fast. Always think with care and think in such a way that no evil thoughts may create in your heart, as well as no thought comes in heart of committing jealousy for others, meaning that no ill thoughts of any kind. Do not be sinning in your thoughts, because that's not what Hakiki Mu'min does. Hakiki Mu'min fasts every day throughout the year. And then let's look into Pir Pindyate Jawamardi, which is a book actually, has the rank of a Pir, and that rank was given by Maulana Imam Mustansir Billah. Imam Mustansir Billah wrote this book and gave this book the rank of Pir. Very beautiful book. I would highly recommend those who have not read this book. It is also in English, Urdu and Gujarati available. In that book, in chapter 9, Jawamardi 9, Maula actually talks about fasting. And Maula says the whole year you must fast, just as ordinary Muslim fasts 1 month. In other words, Maula is saying to us that we are special Muslims. Therefore, we must fast throughout the year. The meaning of this fast is austerity, being serious, being stern, being sober. And how do we do that? And Maula says, control yourselves. Keep yourselves away from bad qualities, evil and indecent actions, devil's acts, and polish your heart so you become a better person. All these are evil, and do not be indulging yourself into that. Stay serious, stay sober, and be a moral, ethical person. And then Mola says that those 30 days during the Zahiri fast, Mola says that fast is actually of one single day. In reality, Mola says that out of those 30 days fasting which Zahiri people do, they are looking for that one single day, the day when the Quran was revealed. And that day is not being known to anybody. It's a secret. It's a Rams, Mola says, meaning secret. And then Mola says, and just as they keep on fasting for 30 days in order to fast on that particular day. So you must, through the whole of your lives, experience difficulties and suffering for the sake of the attainment of the vision, lika, didar. Now here when Mola says difficulty is and suffering, meaning that we have to be able to sacrifice. When we don't eat, that's a kind of sacrifice we offer to Mola. It's our mehmani that we will not eat and will tolerate the hunger pains because we love our Imam. And in return, Mola is giving us glad tidings that you will be given the didar of Imam. So Mola says during the whole your life, continue to sacrifice, to stay sober and serious so you stay on the right path. Otherwise, it is very easy for shaitan to tempt you and to make you astray. So Mola says that you must be patient, persevering in austerities. When you have difficulties, you persevere. And keep your inner self fasting as long as you live. So it is not the outer fasting Mola is emphasizing, but he is emphasizing the inner fasting. And then Mola goes into detail. Remember this book as a Peer is our teacher. So this book is actually our Peer who is teaching us how to be fasting. And then Mola is explaining, when he talked about inner fasting, Mola actually is telling us exactly what does inner fasting means. And he says, fasting of the head means to treat one's own head with the same humility as the feet of other people. Can you imagine that? My head and your feet. Mola says, I am supposed to be that humble. Casting out from one's head the lust of superiority, greatness and pride, because greatness and superiority are only suitable to all great substance of the truth, who is eternal, the king of the authority. Only the Imam is the authority. So it becomes very difficult when you are in a position of, in a group of people, when you have some rank, you are higher. Due to that higher rank, you are supposed to be more humble than others. Because it is very easy for shaitan to tempt us because of whatever power we have, in whatever situation we are. So we have to stay humble, focused, serious to the objective we are trying to achieve, which is to get to the didar of the Imam. Then Mola says fasting of the eye, meaning one must keep away from the looking at things which do not belong to you. Let it be money, people, house, clothes, whatever you want to mention. Do not be looking at others' belongings. And it is very common for people to look at others' things and compare and wish for others' things and not be content with what do they have. So it is very important to stay content and not be eyeing others' things. Let it be people, let it be things, whatever it is. Then Mola says fasting of the ears means that one should not listen to backbiting. Ninda thaye tyanthi uthine jaiye. That's fasting. Fasting of the tongue means that one should keep one's tongue from saying anything bad or even slandering somebody. From both ways, control your tongue. Restrain. To fast is to restrain. Then comes the fasting of the heart, which means to keep your heart away from any kind of doubt. Protect your heart from the doubts. Then comes the fasting of the foot, which is to hold one's foot back from a wrong step. These are very important advices. And Mawla calls it, these are the advices for those who are courageous. To keep our heart from any kind of doubt, any kind of darkness, have knowledge of certainty, then eye of certainty. Elevate yourself on the ranks of the beliefs through becoming certain, have no doubts in your heart. And then do not be stepping into anywhere which is wrong for us. Somehow I remember one of the friend gave in one of the classes, that before being aware of true knowledge, they would go for dancing, worldly dancing parties. Mawla doesn't say don't have fun, but Mawla also says do not be forgetting why did we come to this world. So please do not misunderstand me. I'm not saying we should not have fun, but we have to weigh what kind of fun and when to have fun, which fun would introduce doubts or darkness in our heart. So stepping one foot on a wrong direction will make us go astray. So Mu'min is the one who is very strong in his or her fast. He or she protects or restrains herself or himself from any kind of wrong steps. Then Mawla talks about fasting of the hands. It's to keep all one's limbs away from treachery so that they may not do any evil. Protect your hands from any kind of evil act. Do not get involved in any ways where your limbs are doing something wrong. This especially applies to one's tongue, which must be kept from uttering lies. And there is no greater lie. Now, when Mawla talks of lying, we think of lying in the worldly sense, which tell children, do not be lying, be honest. But listen to this one. What is lying? The true meaning of lying. Mawla says, there is no greater lie than the denial of the existence of the Imam. Denial of the existence of the Imam, saying that he has disappeared. Allah has cursed liars who talk about such a thing. And then let's talk about Wajedi. What does Pir Nasir Khusro talks about fasting? So the batin of fasting is, our Pir says, that the hudud-e-deen of religion, they stop elaborating on the batin of Shariat. The batin of fasting is that they restrain themselves from talking about the batin. And it is mentioned in Quran too, chapter 19, verse 26. And this was actually told to Bibi Maryam, the mother of Jesus. When she was secluded and she was pregnant, she was told to fast. And Allah instructs her in the Quran, and He says, and if you meet a mortal, say, lo, I have vowed a fast unto the Beneficent, and will never speak this day to any mortal. If we really look at it critically, Allah is telling her to fast. And if we understand the batin, that the hudud-e-deen do not elaborate, do not talk about the batin. But Allah is telling her to say. So she's talking. Talking to who? Who is mortal. Now who is mortal here? Anyone who is not spiritually alive is mortal. Because physical life has no meaning. So here Allah is telling her to not be revealing secrets to the one who is not spiritually alive, who is living a physical life. And then she says that I vowed that I will fast and I would not speak. Very interesting verse. And Pir Nasir Khusro keeps talking about it, and he says the month of Ramazan actually is superior to other months. Why? There are 12 months. Out of 12 months, one is superior. 12 is the number of hujjats. One imam has any point in time 12 hujjats. And it's having 12 months in a year is represented by 12 hujjats in spirituality. Out of all those 12 hujjats, there is one who is Bab, who is the door, who is the supreme hujjat, Hujjat-e-Azam. And Ramzan actually signifies that he is the Wasi. So those who join the Dawat of Ta'wil, those who want to learn the Ta'wil, the Batin, they seek the reality of Shariat from Batin. So Shariat is superficial, the Zahiri knowledge, the Tanzil, the Batin is hidden, which is the essence, which is the insight, the essence. So those who are seeker of reality, they seek the Batin of Sharia. And it not from Zahir, but of course the Batin. So when we talk of daytime, day and night time, the day signifies Zahir, meaning Tanzil, and night here signifies the Batin, the Ta'wil. During the night time, it's dark, things are hidden. So the Ta'wil is hidden during the night time. Whereas during the daytime, everything is visible, but here the context is different. What is Zahir? It's Tanzil. Ta'wil is not visible. Ta'wil is hidden. So therefore, Pir is giving example of night because at night things are not visible. So during the daytime, when people are fasting, what they are doing is actually they are collecting sustenance during the daytime. And then they eat at night time. What does it mean? That they have entered the Dawat of Ta'wil. They listen to Zahir too, but they do not seek its reality from the face of Zahir. They are always seeking to know about the Batin, the Ta'wil, which is not visible, which is hidden. And interestingly, he gives the example of pig and goat. If we were to look at pig and goat, it is impossible to understand the meaning. They both are animal, they both have meat, protein, and they both are eaten. But as Muslims, we don't eat pig. It is very hard to understand why we cannot eat pig other than we have the instruction not to eat. But what is the meaning behind it? If we were to look at superficially, it's very hard to know why. But with intellect, one can learn why. And with your permission, I'll tell you why. So the goat is also animal, gives milk, gives meat, domestic animal. But when we talk of pig, if we were to leave it open, pig is the one who would eat its own defecation. Pig is also known to mate with its own cubs. These are morally, ethically wrong behavior. And therefore, it's prohibited in Islam. Now one can say that now we do not have any more those unhygienic, situations. But if that animal is left in open, these are the characteristics of pig. And therefore in Islam, it's prohibited to be eating pigs. In fact, in Christianity also, pork eating is not allowed. So there are groups of Christians, and there is one group of people who believe that pork should not be eaten. And it is because of the same reason why Muslims don't eat pork. So come back to our topic. Pir Nasir Khusro is giving us this example to make us understand superficially these two animals look same. But when you look into the essence, the batin, you cannot eat one animal, but the other you can. But if people were to look superficially, they will not be able to understand what is the difference, and they'll question, they'll argue. So those who are followers of Ramazan, who are believers and have understanding of Ta'wil, they maintain the spiritual fast. They recognize the one who is the month of God. He is the one in whom the Quran is revealed by God. I hope you are paying attention. He is the one in whom the Quran is revealed by God. He is the one who can remove the differences and ambiguity from its parables. Quran is full of parables, and it is very difficult to understand what is behind those parables. But He is the one who can do that. In Quran chapter 2 verse 185 says, Ramazan is the month in which was sent down the Quran as a guide to mankind. Also, clear signs for guidance and judgment. So every one of you who is present during that month should spend it in fasting. So who is that one month? By the way, the month and the Ramazan by Pir Nasir Khusro is the month he talks about signifies Imam, and Ramazan is the title of Maula Ali. So Ramazan is the one who is well known to God, is the one in whom the Quran is revealed. And he is the one who shows the right path to the people. And he reveals the secrets and helps us distinguish right from wrong. And then in the same verse Allah says, and whosoever of you is present, let him fast the month. Meaning, whoever recognizes that rank, the asas, should hide his rank from the enemies of religion. Then Allah continues and says, and whoever of you is sick or on a journey, let him fast the same number of other days. Now, who does Allah mean by the sick or the one who is on the journey? Sick meaning those souls who have not found Ta'wil yet. They are weak, they are sick. They may choose to stay weak or sick, or they can become the seekers to find the truth. Remember, choice is ours. But this is the beautiful verse in the Quran, chapter 2, verse 185, which actually is explained by Pir Nasir Khusro. So according to Pir Nasir Khusro, he says, Ta'wil of fasting is one of the 12 months is the rank of one hujjat from among 12 hujjats of Natik. So out of 12 months, which are representative in religion as 12 hujjats, one of the hujjat is the higher ranking hujjat. And also the identity of the asas. Hujjats are pir. Hujjat is same as pir. Hujjats, the word hujjat is used in Persian, whereas pir we use it in Indo-Pak. So the asas, who is the asas? His identity should be concealed, and he is distinguished by his rank, just like Ramazan. Ramazan has the elevated status out of all other 11 months. And if I may tell you another story from Quran, which will make you understand and make you more curious to learn more, that in Quran, Allah talks about story of Yusuf, one of the most beautiful story, Qasasul Ahsanul Qasas, the most beautiful story, which is of Prophet Yusuf. He sees a dream that he is accepting prostration from 11 stars and sun and the moon. And he was a very young child at that time. He sees this dream. And later on, the Tawil comes and he understands what is happening. And just because of that dream, his life, he has to give lots of sacrifices in his life. He was the son of a prophet, but he was sold as a slave in a market, put into prison, where he was forgotten. So later on in his life, this Tawil comes, and we are going to talk about this Tawil because it relates to our topic, that 11 stars were the 11 peers, 11 hujjat, and he, out of those 11, there were 12 brothers, 11 were his brothers. So out of 12 children of Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam, Jacob, one had an elevated rank, and that was Yusuf. And he sees that at a very young age. And he sees that 11 stars, sun and the moon are prostrating him. Meaning, he, due to all his sacrifices he gives in his life, the 11 hujjats prostrates to him, the imam who is represented as sun and the moon who is represented as peer do prostration to him because he elevates his rank to that level. So that's what Pir Nasir Khusro is talking about, that when we talk of the hierarchy of religion, in any given point in time, there are always 12 peers. We may not know them. And in today's time, Piratan has been kept with imamat. So it's very hard to know who is the peer. As we all know from our recent past that Pir Sabza Ali was a peer, but he was given that rank after his passing away from this world. And he was given all kind of difficulties and pains by the Jamaat because they could not accept him. So Pir Nasir Khusro says that the Tawil of fasting is that these higher ranks are there whose identity have to be concealed. There is another verse in Quran, chapter 2, verse 183. And it says, O you who believe. Again, it is only for those who are believers. O you who believe, fasting is prescribed to you as it was prescribed to those before you, that you may learn self-restraint. So it's not about physical fasting or eating. We have understood now very clearly. It is about when you know the secrets of Imam, do not be revealing it anywhere. But it is for those who are believers. And I recall this farman of Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah, the first farman. Imam says that there will be miracles open to all, believers and those who have half-hearted belief. They all will see it, but only believers will believe it. All these things are interrelated. So when Quran talks about, oh, who you believe, fasting is prescribed to you. Then Pir Shams in Salokomoto, verse 179 says, Sadgur kahere sage danaj dijiye ane dijiye Sadgur mukhe jaan. Wali ghat mahe Shukarwari beej chorsho to pamsho moksh didar. The true teacher, the true guide says, offer only pure charity and do it in the presence of the true guide. Pure charity? Now, charity can be impure too. Charity is charity. But pure charity meaning is that elevated charity. The charity of your soul. When you are elevating your soul, when you are giving time and knowledge nazrana to your own soul, when you are purifying your own soul, then only you can give charity to others and help purify others' soul too. So offer only pure charity. Physical charity is but done by everybody, smiley or non-smiley. Peer is not talking about physical charity. And if you were to think Shukarwari beej is all about fasting, all the religion and all the people fast. Why our fast is special? Because it is talking about pure charity. And do it in the presence of true guide. Presence of true guide? Again, is it a physical presence we are talking about? No. It is the recognition. Through the recognition in the batin, he is always present. Physically we can't see. We cannot see. But if he is present for us in our batin, it is very easy to purify ourselves and offer that pure charity. And after that, if you break the fast of Shukarwari beej with Jamaat, will attain the vision and salvation. Once you have purified yourself, you have elevated your soul, you now see Imam present in your batin, your true guide in your batin, Mata and Pita both. Then only you can break the fast, meaning teach the Jamaat. So all can attain the vision and the salvation. Otherwise, you keep fasting. You're not supposed to talk about it.